OpenAI just dropped $6.5 billion. Not on more GPUs. Not on another AI model. They bought a one-year-old startup from the guy who designed the iPhone. And if you think that sounds insane, wait until you hear what they're planning to build. What's up, everyone? Yesterday, the AI world got absolutely shaken when OpenAI announced their biggest acquisition ever. They're buying Jony Ive's company for more money than most countries spend in a year. So let's break down exactly what happened, why this is a massive deal, and what it means for the future of technology.
So here's what went down. On May 21st, OpenAI announced they're acquiring a startup called IO. That's literally just the letters I and O for $6.5 billion. Now, who owns this startup? None other than Jony Ive, the legendary designer who created the iPhone, the iPad, the iPod, and basically every iconic Apple product you've ever loved.
But here's the crazy part. This company is only 1 year old. 1 year. And it has 55 employees. That means OpenAI is effectively paying about $118 million per employee for the total valuation, though they're only paying $5 billion in new money since they already owned 23% of the company. To put that in perspective, that's more than some Fortune 500 companies are worth per person. Sam Altman posted on Twitter saying he's thrilled to be partnering with Jony, in my opinion, the greatest designer in the world. Excited to try to create a new generation of AI-powered computers. And Jony Ive? He said everything he's learned over the last 30 years has led him to this moment. That's a pretty bold statement from someone who literally defined what modern technology looks like. Now, if you don't know who Jony Ive is, let me blow your mind. This man is basically the Steve Jobs of design. He joined Apple in 1992 and became the chief design officer. Every single device that made Apple the most valuable company in the world, that was Jony Ive's brain. The original iMac that saved Apple from bankruptcy, Jony Ive. The iPod that revolutionized music, Jony Ive. The iPhone that changed literally everything about how we live, Jony Ive. The iPad that created an entire industry, you guessed it, Jony Ive. This guy doesn't just design products, he designs the future. When he left Apple in 2019, people genuinely wondered if Apple could continue innovating without him. And now, he's working with the company that's leading the AI revolution. But here's what's really interesting. Ive and Altman have actually been secretly collaborating for 2 years already. This isn't some random acquisition. They've been planning this.
So what exactly are they building with $6.5 billion? Well, they're being pretty secretive, but here's what we know. The goal is to create AI devices that move consumers beyond screens. Think about how you use AI right now. You open ChatGPT on your phone or computer, you type something, it responds. But what if AI was just everywhere? What if you could talk to AI like you talk to a person without pulling out your phone?
The reports suggest they're working on devices that could be less socially disruptive than smartphones. Remember how everyone was worried about people staring at phones all the time? Well, imagine AI that's so seamlessly integrated into your life that you don't need to stare at a screen. Some reports mention they're considering headphones, devices with cameras, maybe even something like smart glasses. But knowing Jony Ive, whatever they create is going to be beautiful, intuitive, and completely change how we think about technology. The first products are expected to launch in 2026. That might seem far away, but remember, the iPhone took years to develop, and it changed everything. This acquisition is absolutely massive for several reasons. First, this shows OpenAI is serious about hardware. Up until now, they've been a software company. But if you want to control the future of AI, you need to control the hardware too. Look at Apple. They control everything from the chip to the software, and that's why iPhones are so good. Second, this is OpenAI's way of saying they don't want to depend on Apple or Google forever. Right now, if you want to use ChatGPT, you probably use it through Safari or Chrome on an iPhone or Android device. But what if OpenAI had their own devices? What if they controlled the entire experience? Third, this puts OpenAI in direct competition with Apple and Google in a completely new way. Google just announced their Android XR glasses at I/O, 2025. Apple is working on their own AI hardware. And now OpenAI has the guy who designed Apple's greatest hits working for them. But here's what really gets me excited. Jony Ive doesn't just design products. He designs experiences. The iPhone wasn't just a phone with a touchscreen. It was a completely new way of interacting with technology that felt magical. Now imagine that same design philosophy applied to AI. Not just better AI software, but completely new ways of interacting with artificial intelligence that feel natural, beautiful, and intuitive. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. $6.5 billion for a one-year-old startup with 55 employees? That's absolutely insane money. Some people are calling this another tech bubble moment. There are startups that have been around for decades that aren't worth $6.5 billion. How can a company that's barely existed for a year be worth more than massive established businesses?
But here's the thing. You're not just paying for a company. You're paying for Jony Ive's brain. You're paying for his reputation. You're paying for his ability to create products that people don't just use but genuinely love. Plus, OpenAI already owned 23% of the company, so they're really paying $5 billion for the remaining shares. Still crazy money, but slightly less crazy.
And let's be honest, OpenAI is valued at $300 billion. For them, $5 billion in new money is significant but manageable given their valuation. So, what does this actually mean for regular people like you and me? First, we're probably going to see some absolutely incredible AI devices in the next few years. When you combine OpenAI's AI technology with Jony Ive's design genius, you get products that could be genuinely revolutionary. Second, this is going to accelerate the AI hardware race. Google, Apple, Meta, they're all going to be scrambling to compete with whatever OpenAI and Jony Ive create together. Third, this might change how we interact with AI forever. Instead of typing into ChatGPT, we might be talking to AI assistants that are seamlessly integrated into our daily lives. But here's what I'm most excited about. Jony Ive has a track record of taking complex technology and making it feel simple and beautiful. AI right now can feel intimidating and complicated. But if anyone can make AI feel natural and intuitive, it's Jony Ive.
Here's my prediction for what we're going to see. I think OpenAI and Jony Ive are going to create the first truly mainstream AI device. Not something for tech nerds, but something your parents would want to use. I think it's going to be wearable, probably involving voice interaction, and it's going to be so well designed that using it feels magical. Think AirPods, but for AI. And I think this is going to start a whole new category of products. Just like the iPhone created the smartphone industry, I think OpenAI and Jony Ive are going to create the AI device industry.
This acquisition is huge, and we're going to be talking about it for years to come. OpenAI just made a statement that they're not just an AI software company. They want to own the entire AI experience. And with Jony Ive leading design, we might actually get AI devices that people genuinely love using, not just tolerate. What do you think? Are you excited about AI devices designed by Jony Ive? Or is $6.5 billion just too much money for a one-year-old startup? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on the latest AI news. Until next time, this is AI Horizon, exploring tomorrow's technology today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.